All right, we are going to start a new topic, and this topic is called Earth geometry. So what are we going to look at in this topic? So the first thing that we're going to look at is how to locate points or places on the Earth's surface. We are also going to look at how to find the difference in latitude, how to find the difference in longitude between two places, how to calculate the distance between two places, how to calculate time between two places, and also how to calculate speed. We are also going to look at other things such as circumference, short distance, and many other things. Okay, so now the Earth, the surface of the Earth is made up of two imaginary lines, and these lines are called the latitudes and the longitudes. The Earth's surface is made up of two imaginary lines, and these lines are called the latitudes and the longitudes. So now, what are latitudes? What are latitudes? So latitudes, these are lines that run from west to east. So they run from west to east, west to east. Latitude 0 degrees is called the equator. So this latitude 0 degrees here is called the equator. So we're going to call this the equator. Now this equator divides the Earth into two equal hemispheres. We have the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So this equator divides the Earth into two hemispheres. We have the northern hemisphere up there, and we also have the southern hemisphere down there. Then latitudes have the north or south signs. Latitude have the north or south signs. So from this equator, you can see that all the latitudes in the northern hemisphere will have a northing sign. All the latitude in the northern hemisphere will have it. So this is 35 degrees north, 90 degrees north. So from here going in this direction, all the latitudes will have a northing sign. Then from here coming to the south side there, all the latitudes there will have a south sign. Okay, this is the southern hemisphere, so all the latitude are going to have the sign south, just like this. Okay, the other thing that we're going to look at are longitudes. What are longitudes? Longitudes are lines on the Earth's surface that run from north to south. So they run from north to south. So this is north, south. They run like this. Then longitude 0 degrees is called the Greenwich meridian. So this is longitude 0 degrees, and this longitude is called the Greenwich meridian. This longitude divides the Earth into two equal hemispheres, and these hemispheres are called the east or eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. We have the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So this one divides the Earth into this hemisphere and this hemisphere. Longitudes, they have the west or east signs. They have the west or east signs. So you can see that longitude in the eastern hemisphere will have the east sign, So this is the eastern hemisphere. The longitude in this hemisphere will all have the east sign. Longitudes in the western hemisphere will have the west sign. You can see from here we have west signs. All right. Let us now look at how to locate places on the Earth's surface. How to locate places on the surface of the Earth. So the question is, how do you locate places on the surface of the Earth? So it is here. To locate places on the surface of the Earth, first of all, you need to state the latitude on which that point is lying, comma, the longitude on which that point is lying, and then you put your answer in brackets like that. Okay? You first start by listing the latitude, then comma the longitude, and then your answer should be in brackets. So let us look at this example. The example here says we have this surface of the earth here, and we are given some points on this surface of the earth. And the question says, write down the position of points A, B, up to Z. So to do so, we start with point A. Point A, first of all, we need to locate the latitude. What is the latitude for point A? Where is point A lying? So point A is on latitude 90 degrees north. So you're going to open your brackets and write 90 degrees north, comma, then you find the longitude. So point A is on which longitude? When you go through this longitude, you're going to find where it's written. So we can see the arrow here is showing it's on longitude 95 degrees east. So you say 95 degrees east and you close. So this is the position of point A. Then point B is equal to point B. Where is point B? Point B is here. So you're going to identify the latitude where point B is lying. So you can see point B is on latitude 90 degrees north. So you say 90 degrees north. Then you also identify the longitude where it's lying. So this one is on longitude. You go through it. You see that this is on longitude 80 degrees west. Okay, we go to point P. Point P here is on latitude D. You look at, find the latitude. You go through there, you find the latitude is 30 degrees north. So latitude D, 30 degrees north, comma. What's the longitude? Point P is on longitude D, 80 degrees. You can see 80 degrees west. Then point Q. Point Q is on latitude D. You can see it's on latitude 30 degrees north, comma. Then longitude D. This one you can see is on longitude D, 55 degrees east. Then after Q we have point Y. Point Y. Point Y is here. So this one is on latitude what? You can see that it's on latitude D, 70 degrees south. So you say 70 degrees south, comma. Longitude what? Longitude D, 55 degrees east. Then the last one, Z. Z is on longitude, is on latitude D. You can see Z is also on latitude 70 degrees south. Then longitude D, longitude 95 degrees, as you can see, 95 degrees east. So that's how you locate places or points on the surface of the earth.